it's not vanity, it's clarity. And the purpose of that talk was you should Google yourself. Previously, Googling yourself was considered to be vain. Oh, I want to see, if I'm on Google. The reason you want to do that now is because other people are doing that too. So you might as well get ahead of that and know what is associated with your name when you're doing a Google search. And it's a small story. There was a client that we helped who was an executive in transition, and she was walking in to accept her uh, dream offer from a dream company in her dream role. And it was a high six-figure offer. It was a C-suite position. And the executive recruiter comes in and says, the company's gone a different way because they think you're a criminal. And she was like, criminal? Me? Are you kidding me? I'm this, C-suite executive. What are you talking about? She Googled herself and found her doppelganger who looked like her. They were both blonde, had the same first name, different last name. And that person that showed up on the top of a Google search has a criminal background. And the company saw this and got skittish and said, I'm not messing with this. I don't want to take a chance because stakeholders are going to ask us as to why we are associating with somebody that has this kind of a background, even though it was a case of a mistaken identity. It was just such a top level position that they didn't want to get into it. The executive recruiter uh, told the candidates, who was obviously in a panic, saying, contact R Square Media, they'll help you out, which we did. We got that link deleted a lot faster than we thought that we could initially. And the executive recruiter was able to reverse the company's decision now that this was resolved. And her Google search was now clean. So this is an example of how ignorance is not bliss. You should Google yourself to find out what's out there that's connected to you personally, your company, and to see what's out there. But to answer your question, the first thing anyone listening to this podcast or watching this podcast should do is please Google yourself. Google your company, Google your name, see what's out there. And depending on what you see, you now have the information to do something about it. The next thing that I would highly advise is have a curious mind and minus the ego, have this ongoing communication with whoever it is you're trying to form a relationship with. And this is both for personal as well as business. If this is business, have that ongoing dialogue with your customer, whether it's an existing customer or even a new customer. Have that dialogue. Ask questions like, why did you decide to work with me? Or why did you hire us over competition? Those answers will be extremely illuminating to give you a clue as to where you excel at, which you may not know unless you ask that question. So ask the right questions, listen intently, and be humble about it. And of course, be enthusiastic, because I think that goes a long way.